There's one problem with putting off the finale to today, which is that unless you're on time, you're going to miss some of it. But I've got nothing to delay it with. Or do I? Here, we can watch, or let's watch a minute of Das Masters.
All right, Tetris for Tristop. 406, 385 for Knight. Knight get pretty high up on the board. Lucky to get the burn there, and then had a gap over on that left side, which could have been dangerous.
Yo, what's up, John Foster?
Was able to get a J
How's it going? You ready for this epic finale?
Left, so all is well.
Jonas versus Harry,
Knight
the
lands.
rematch.
418
Got my
for
Mountain
Knight,
Dew
457 for Tristop.
Freedom Fusion.
No problem, NGC. NGC waiting for the results of this one. There's a Tetris Tristop 503.
I feel dumb now because I can see these PBs here. It's a PB. When I saw this originally, because it has their seed number here, I thought this was their qualifying score. And I was like, a 1.3 qualifying score is insane. But no, that's just their PB.
Right now.
Now it makes more sense.
120 lines each. Tristop up by a little less than 80,000 points.
I don't know what the number in the parentheses means.
Here, looking for a T, gets a T.
Must be like all-time leaderboard level, probably.
Flirting here with potentially a 600 transition, but needs 2 bars to make it happen. And it's just going to take some safe burns into 19. No need to push the issue. And Knight's going to transition fairly high here on 19, but has a well open and gets a Tetris down there. 533 for Knight. Both players are going to Tetris. 558, Knight 624. Tristop. So Tristop with the lead, about 70,000 points or so. Another Tetris for Tristop, setting up a delayed burn situation there.
This is the DAS tournament, so they're not allowed to hyper tap. This is just like the documentary, the old school.
Ready. You know, you never see these players looking as serious as they do as when they're playing DAS. You know, a DAS game so punishing, so unforgiving. You've really only got 230 lines to do what you're going to do, and one mistake can kill the entire run. So, you know, oh, wow, look at Tristop getting that J piece to the left. Gets the Tetris.
Telling the truth.
Now over 100,000 point lead for Tristop. Knight has been kind of, you know, fumfering around at the bottom of the stack.
Fumfering around.
Able to get a Tetris out of this 633, but meanwhile, Tristop able to extend that lead to about 130, 150,000.
I don't know if Tetris League is also streaming on YouTube. They stream on Twitch. I think it's called Tetris League.
140,000 point difference, both Tetrising.
They have a YouTube, but they do not appear to stream live.
All right, Tristop starting to build here, taking a delay.
So, Grom, you ready for this finale?
Open, and tonight's going to top out at 690.
I was waiting for you to show up.
Through a drought, and you can see Tristop going through it too, and no line coming, but
Night, am I right?
Good, and will outlast Knight to tie it up here in game number 2. Oop, wrong one here. Yeah, that was a drought for sure. Both players got hit with it. I'm just going to pop the seed in there, but I'm going to need about 60 seconds, so I'll be back in about 60.
Anyway, DAS tournament. All right. Where we left off. 2014 Classic Tetris World Championships. Tetris Terry, he's out. Jonas and Harry are in the finale. Jonas, 4-time champ. Harry, always runner up. Preparing to face off. Yet again.
Tetris gameplay have a strobing effect.
Let's
that
go,
may
Jonas.
Affect photosensitive viewers.
Showdown.
Last year, in 2013, Harry and Jonas met in the final round. Let's review that match.
Now, we'd like to get a couple of words from our competitors before we get into the duel to the death. We'll start off with Jonas. What's you got to say going into this?
Seeing Harry right next to me, I feel about 4 years younger, just like it's 2010 all over again.
All right, we got a little time warp action going on. Maybe he wants history to repeat itself. All right, Harry, what do you have to say to that? Redemption. Redemption, folks. Harry's looking for redemption.
I mean, like last year, like I know, like a lot of people were rooting for me, you know, and I was so close. You know, I mean, it was like,
A little bit of survival burning there by Harry. Great survival skills there. Thinking out.
Jonas.
And Jonas has topped out. Harry has taken this round. Harry is up 1-0. Slight misdrop from Jonas. Oh, he's stacking up.
Look at this. Interlaced capture. Oh, unwatchable.
Topped out, did not meet Harry's score. Harry Hogg is up 2-0.
I'm up 2-0, and like, you know, I wasn't even getting ahead of myself. I was like, you know what, just play your game. You know, you just got to win 1 out of 3 now.
I think it was during the third game when I was down 2-0. They played, there was a DJ going because it's in the middle of a convention, and they played Fight to Survive from the Bloodsport movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's just such an infamous movie because it's so bad. But I was literally fighting to survive, and so the Kumite song allowed me to kind of laugh at the whole situation and really start playing well and aggressively.
The fires of redemption burn strongly in this one. Harry's staying alive.
No wonder Trey created that software. Look how terrible these captures are.
Able to maintain it. Valiant effort by Harry, but Jonas comes away winning the round. Amazing play by Jonas.
I'm covering up Jonas's board. Why did you? They're just. This isn't
Now
streamer
we've got
friendly.
Harry hung up 2-1 as we go into our 4th round. That's it, yeah. Jonas has
It's crazy because in the DAS tournament we were just watching, people were mostly getting to max out every time.
I think I had some people on my
skills
side
are crazy now.
because it was such a hole I dug myself into that people couldn't help but be excited.
I feel like I'm the underdog, so you gotta start cheering for the underdog.
All right, now looks like Harry just wants to be all business. Let's do this thing. Transition is coming. 3 more lines for Harry. Harry transitions to 19. Jonas hits a Tetris.
Oh, Harry. Oh, you should take the burn. Take the burn, Harry. Oh, Harry.
Bar trout.
Big mistake.
Harry's topped out at 428,000 points.
420. I mean, that's like so low by even DAS standards today.
We have our winner. 2013 Tetris World Championship?
Gotta do better than that.
One, I said, I can't even talk right now. I don't remember saying that at the time because I was like just out of it. And yeah, when I think about it, that's just pretty much how I felt. Like I was in just total shock.
Congratulations again, Harry. Thank you. We'll definitely see you.
I would say that loss was worse than 2010 for me. I felt like I made the right adjustments for tournament play, and I still came up short.
Your champion for the 2013 Tetris World Championships is Jonas Neubauer.
Jonas!
It all comes down to this. Harry Hong faces Jonas Neubauer.
Okay, so we're about to start here, and I see Harry approaching the stage. Come on up, Harry.
Jonas' mom.
Welcome back to our stage. Once again, Harry Hong is back. And hopefully back with a vengeance. Because he has much vengeance against that man.
No, Terry got
Come
swept.
on up, Jonas Neubauer.
Just his nerves got to him. Couldn't hang.
And before we start, like this
Couldn't
time,
hang against
we gotta
Jonas.
get an interview. This is like the third time you guys have fought in epic Tetris Mortal Kombat. Okay, so I've been asked to have you guys relay your thoughts to each other against this storied rivalry. What do you have to say, Harry Hong, about your opponent, Jonas Neubauer, for this third time?
I mean, Jonas is definitely good, you know?
Harry, tell us something we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, 5 years in a row, I mean, there's nothing you can say otherwise, yeah. Four? 10, 11, 12, 13. 5 years in a row, finals, yeah.
Yeah, this is our fifth finals.
Yeah.
Okay, Jonas. So let's hear what you have to say about Harry Hong. You said something about doing something differently. So, okay, what do you have planned? What do you have in store for Harry Hong this year?
I'm not going to purposefully lose the first two games to enhance the drama this year.
Shots fired! Okay, so you heard it from the Beast himself.
Head games.
He's not going to lose these first two rounds intentionally, right? Purposefully. Okay, so yeah, fate be in Harry Hong's hands now. All right. Okay, so yeah, this is it. This is the grand finals, Tetris World Championships 2014. Have we decided our level yet? Okay, Jonas, number 2 seed, calls level 18. Seems par for the course here. Okay, so I want you guys to give like huge
people used to
cheers
start on
these two
15
guys.
sometimes.
These are going to be our finals here. And I believe, once again, it's 3 out of 5. So, same as 2013. It's not going to be like 2010 again. It's 3 out of 5. So it's going to be the first to win the 3. Just so that's clear. You're not going to be excused for winning the first 2 again, Harry. It's going to be, if Jonas comes back 3 games, right, it's going to be like last year. So 3 out of 5 here. Here we are. It all comes down to this. Jonas versus Harry for the third time.
Rambling.
Yeah, again.
Rambling host.
We cannot talk about this without bringing up last year's performance by Harry, not losing a single game all the way up until grand finals, going up 2-0 against Jonas. And if it was 2 out of 3, he would have been an undefeated champion that year. But instead, it was 3 out of 5. Jonas came back 3 games in a row to prevent Harry from his first championship.
Yeah, and it's reverse sweep is really tough. And for Harry to even battle back, make a grand finals this year, this could be redemption.
But it's Jonas. He's a 4-time champion.
The 4-time world champion, yes.
All right. And Jonas and Harry both having to do a little bit of burning. We're going to get a dirty Tetris from Harry, but it sets him up for a perfect, nice, clean, neutral field again.
Yeah, both players with clean fields. Jonas with that tuck, keeping his screen clear. A little bit of a drought, and waiting for a long bar for that first Tetris score.
Yeah, well, Harry's got his, and you can see both of them at higher than 50% Tetris rates. Right now, Jonas at 63, and if Harry can get a long bar soon, he'll be right there with him.
Yeah, Jonas scoring a couple of Tetrises there. So, yeah, both players playing great Tetris here early on. Not much of a dig and not much of.
They got to get Tetris in the
score
Olympics.
Differential thus far.
But a drought for Harry right now. Look at this 21 bar drought here. 23 finally gets the Tetris.
Although if Russia's banned from the Olympics, I guess that's kind of unfair.
Rate, dropping him all the way down to 44%. I mean, it's early, so he'll be able to get that percentage up pretty easily again. But I mean, that's just a frustrating thing to have to go, to deal with against who is going to be, so solid playing.
Yeah. I mean, your score potential needs all the help it can get when you're going against the 4-time world champion.
Yep. And so he's got himself set up a triple. Okay, he's actually going to avoid that if he can find a piece to squeeze in there on column 2. He did, and
boom,
there
Tetris
you go.
For Harry.
So 40%, and look at Jonas now with a 30-piece drought.
Wow,
it's still going, and you can see how calmly though he is just burning those pieces.
And that field's still pristine and clean.
And there you go,
39
piece drought, and not even a little bit of a problem there. And there it goes, another Tetris for Jonas.
And yeah, we are neck and neck. They are battling back and forth with those Tetris.
Still in the lead.
Yeah, 57 to 53% Tetris rate. And both of them Tetris ready.
Boom, Tetris for Harry.
Yeah. Man, again, I mean,
wow.
Got to imagine just how Harry is feeling right now. So
crazy that he's still pushing down.
And, getting here by barely beating Bo earlier. I mean, I wonder if Harry has a lot of pressure on himself right now. Like, this is the year. This is my time.
Yes, it's the chance for redemption. The third time. Sometimes that's what it takes.
Third time's a charm. We'll find out.
And definitely, we're seeing some of the most competitive play here. They're battling Tetrises back and forth. No real big mistakes. No real misdrops. Just smooth, consistent play by both players here.
Both of them maintaining a round. Last second adjustment there by Harry ends up putting the eyepiece in a very awkward location. Nothing he can't handle, and look, just like that, all cleaned up and nice and neat.
Yep, he's playing a little aggressive. It's a bit high on that stack. Takes that double and boom, Tetris for Harry. Neck and neck still.
Neck and neck.
And Jonas is playing like Jonas, consistent and clean.
Yeah, but keep in mind, again, Harry is another, as we saw last match, presses down a lot. So he's up by over 10 lines to Jonas right now.
Yeah, so Jonas's score potential might be just a bit higher.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
hard drop, Harry.
Neck and neck there is less than 1,000 points.
Jonas having to build this really awkward spire right in the middle of the screen, especially when he gets stuck being either an S or a Z piece. Basically, it gets stuck that way the entire time. The T piece only swaps the parity of it and just turns it to the other piece that becomes a requirement.
He cleaned it right up, and he's back in business here.
Sets up a tuck. And, actually, I thought he's had a couple of pieces that he could have used.
I thought he would tuck the T, and he didn't.
Oh, there you go. Finally clears that up. And he's
skipping the T tuck.
Ready again.
And Harry's about to transition now at 129 lines. Transition's nice and clean, all the way at the bottom.
Yeah, this is good. And is he go? Oh,
might go left well.
Is this left well, Harry?
No, he takes the triple.
Yeah. All right. And Jonas is still 14 lines away from now 10 lines away from transition. So still a little bit to go. He's almost there.
Yeah. So Jonas's lead is a little bit bigger than it looks. About to transition now, though, at 124 lines. So a couple of Tetrises will do it.
Yeah, but the score lead he has right now, again, being behind by so many points.
Or he's behind by lines, but yeah, his score's ahead.
Oh yeah, by lines. And he really can just play so calmly right now, as he almost always does.
Mm-hmm.
And we might actually no, he's going for the triple. Harry opted for the triple, didn't want to risk it too much, especially at the transition speed now.
Yeah, for a second there, Jonas was playing a bit risky, but he was able to burn it down really fast, and he's almost to a clean play field again. He needs to burn a couple more lines. There it is.
Couple of awkward pieces for Harry. Yeah, but he's going to be able to burst through that. Yeah, nice clean. But now he needs something to drop in there, and it works out perfectly for him.
Yeah, I gave him the L's and J's he needed to drill back down.
And he's also going to be able to expose that gap over there. Going to need another I piece, or at least there, right there, the L piece, another L piece.
Not even setting it up.
L pieces to clear that up.
You're behind, Harry. Got to set it up.
Look, he's down by 45,000
Jonas
points.
Jumped back up into that's a true lead, and quite a bit bigger actually than it seems.
And now Jonas is going for, oh no, actually just opts for the triple. Never mind.
Yeah, he was playing safe there. Might be a smart thing to do because he's a little bit ahead.
Yeah. But look at this. I mean, this is what we expect from a grand finals match so far. Both of these players playing so consistently, playing so solid, not a lot of mistakes.
And definitely, like, in contrast to everything else we've seen today, these two players are starting to really push each other.
Yeah. Despite the fact that, Jonas has a pretty significant lead, you can't rest. You can't rest.
Yeah, and then we're getting to level 26. We might see a kill screen here, so...
Yeah, double kill screen? We might
so
actually
safe.
get to a double kill screen. That'll be something.
Yeah, Harry making some good placements there, but it needs to... Yeah, he's dependent on a couple.
There we go.
Ooh, opens it up, and there it is. Boom, Tetris for Harry, and that's going to help a lot. He's 20,000 points behind and many lines ahead, so time's running out for Harry. He's going to need to
Tetris for Jonas.
Get more Tetrises and become a little bit more aggressive, and there's
one right there, but again, if he gets to level 29 and he hasn't passed Jonas, that means Jonas basically will take the first match for free. Well, not for free, but,
Yeah, the kill screen is coming.
Nothing is for free here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even to get to, 26 to 28, I mean, that's...
Yeah, do you see how aggressive Harry's playing?
Wow.
He knows he has to go for Tetrises, but
and
the
it's not
drought,
giving the long bar. He get the long bar, but he doesn't get it
no.
in. And wow, that was...
Yeah.
Probably not enough, but yeah, Jonas was so far ahead, and he's still playing.
Right.
Had higher score potential at the end.
Even if Harry had gotten that
Let's go, Jonas.
Tetris,
yeah,
it
Jonas
probably
still
wouldn't
had
have
2 levels. Yeah, 2 levels to work with for Jonas, and Jonas takes the first round in best of 5.
Best 3 out of 5 this time. So after his rocket takes off, we're gonna get ready to start round 2.
Just about an hour left, folks. 1 hour left. And Portland Retro Gaming Expo 2000.
All right, you guys ready? 3, 2, 1.
So yeah, at this point in time, now you're going down 1-0. So definitely a longer road to take this if Harry can do it.
Yeah, and that just puts the momentum in Jonas's side, carrying on from the last year. So, Harry's gonna have to do much to reverse this.
All right, both of them starting off clean again. And I just don't expect to see either of these players make any big mistakes. I don't want to accidentally curse them or, knock on wood kind of thing. But again, both of these players playing so clean just to start off here.
Yeah, this is where it all matters. So they're, not going to leave anything to chance here. And bit of a dig for Harry here.
Yeah, looking for the L piece. And he accidentally built himself a bunch of L and J requirements, but he managed to pull through here.
He got what he needed, and now it's clean again. And,
meanwhile, on Jonas's side, though, a little bit of a cleanup that he has to do on that left side over there.
Yeah, that's going to let Harry get a little bit of a lead here, about 2 Tetrises ahead already.
Yeah, that's important here. And again, one of the things we talked about Harry pushing down in the 18 levels, but getting almost defeating Jonas last year and
Brunner.
getting back to grand finals this year. As I mentioned before, one of the
Yeah, don't spoil it.
strategies he's developed.
I'm
now
still living
is
in the
to,
past.
Once he gets to level 19, he stops pushing down.
Right.
It took
because
this
there's not
guy
much of a
10 years
speed
to finish
difference
this
if you push
documentary,
down
so it only
on,
just came out.
19.
It's a new
Keeps a
documentary
consistent rhythm for you that way too, man.
about the past.
Jonas has had to continue to put those S pieces in the middle, back to back, but he finally got it cleaned out.
And now, yeah, Harry's lead growing to 120,000. Jonas has some catching up to do.
Yeah,
and Harry's playfield's in much better shape now.
Yeah, and despite the fact of being ahead in lines, that lead is legit.
It's a real lead.
That's a real lead right there.
Probably one of the bigger leads we've ever seen Harry have against Jonas.
Let's go, Jonas.
Against Jonas, for that matter.
Frankly, yeah. And let's see here. Okay, he's going to need back-to-back eyepieces. How aggressive is Harry going to play here? Does one burn, and there's it is.
Boom, Tetris for Harry, extending the lead to 180,000 for a moment. Jonas firing back, bringing it back down to 157,000.
Yeah, this is big right now. Harry with the good lead. And, judging by the way, I mean, he basically got to the kill screen, right? I mean, if he didn't force himself to go for that Tetris, he would have gotten to the kill screen.
But he was playing the way he needed to play in that situation.
Right. And so, he knows getting this kind of a lead against Jonas is important because he, like I said, he ran out of time. He got to the kill screen.
Yeah, so maybe his adjustment is becoming this aggressive, and it's paying off.
Yep.
144,000 point lead. Boom. Tetris for Harry. 167,000 point lead now.
Sheesh, Harry.
And this is interesting here because they are sitting next to each other. They can spy at each other's screens as we have seen in the past. And look at that. No burns from Harry. Yeah, he is playing super aggressive right now. And he is getting rewarded with some crazy droughts. But
not even the easiest placements there, but it's paying off.
Wow.
Ooh, slight misdrop.
Yeah.
Saw that in his expression there.
First misdrop right there that we've seen from either player this game.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to even say.
He's almost out of it, though. Just needs to take a couple of burns here. He gets it, and he's clean again.
Yeah, but this is Jonas's opportunity to build up a little bit of that deficit here. As you can see, he's still down by 10 lines, still down by 150,000 points, though. So he does have to play a little more aggressively.
Yep, and there's the Tetris. Boom, Tetris for Jonas.
Yeah, like you said, maybe one of the first times we've ever seen Jonas kind of forced to play a little bit more aggressively. And another drought for Harry, but still pays off with another Tetris. Yeah, Harry's play has been...
He's a wizard, Harry.
So far. And another Tetris, 64%.
Yeah, really aggressive, really clean. This is peak Harry now at his best.
Can we see a max out? Do you think we have the potential here for Harry to get a max out in competition here?
The Tetris rate is right on that line. We could see it.
And now Jonas here, still trying to play catch up, still far behind. I wonder if Jonas knows just how far behind he is, or if he's just kind of assuming, he's in the same position that he normally is in.
And Harry transitions level 19. Game sped up now. Jonas still has 13 lines to go before he hits level 19.
Yeah, so again, down by almost 20 lines, over 20 lines now. So he's got a while to go. And 20 lines, 4 Tetrises, I mean, that catches him up.
Yeah, it does. And Harry took a triple there, so he's dialed down the aggression just a bit. We'll see if that...
I get that he likes to press down, but man, it puts him at such a disadvantage
Unfortunate pieces
to do that.
for Jonas right there. Was unable to get the Tetris from a couple of line bars, but he finally got it in the transition.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Both players now, level 19 speeds. Boom, Tetris for Jonas,
And
catching
look
up
at
a bit.
Yeah, that now his potential might be higher than Harry's score, because he is down by at least 12, so 3 Tetrises I think would give him the lead. But that's the question.
It is a lot closer than it looks.
Can he actually get 3 Tetrises? That's the question.
And Harry has been maintaining the aggression, so he's been scoring too.
Yep, goes for the double there. And now he's Tetris ready again.
And
Does he get
gets
the
it.
high
Boom,
piece?
Tetris for
Yes.
Harry.
Ooh.
90,000 point lead. Jonas is Tetris ready, waiting for the long bar. He's in a drought.
Yeah.
And he gets it. Boom, Tetris for Jonas.
Man, this is crazy. Like
Yeah,
I
this-
said, we might get a double kill screen here.
Yeah, both players they have good play fields, and they're scoring Tetrises at level 19 speeds. This is what we want to see.
But now
Jonas just
he
barely
can do
saved
a little
that.
bit of cleaning here. Actually gets. Oh wow, he did not drop that piece. I thought he was gonna go place the piece at a certain place, but he's still fine anyway.
Yeah, he opted to burn it back down to the bottom, and Harry's in a similar situation. Still trying to be aggressive, but it's not giving him the pieces he needs to be Tetris ready.
Yeah, and he's 25 drought right now. Finally, the eyepiece. Not when he needs it, but you know what? It's fine as long as he stays alive because he has the point lead at this time.
Oh, Jonas.
Oh, wait, look at
and
that. Jonas couldn't get the piece all the way over to the
He realized
side.
that he couldn't
He
get
lost ass.
another long bar over to the right.
Jonas.
And, gives up the ghost with Harry with the point lead. Just with that smile.
I love that.
Takes that round, and we're 1-1.
That smile said a lot from Harry.
Yeah, still in it, and now the momentum is even. Jonas having won all those games in a row versus Harry. Now Harry's on the board.
Too
now.
much
He's got
pressure.
a chance.
Round 2. Okay, we're gonna count it down. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I really like that inquisitive look on Harry before the smile broke out. I mean, it's very telling. Like, you know what? I can do this. I can do this. And that's the kind of body language you're looking for from competitors.
Yeah, and I think he knew how well he performed that round. That round was exemplary, Harry.
Yeah, and now
It was
we
good. It was
are
good.
in a 2
No
out
doubt.
of 3 match here to find out who is going to be the 5th Classic Tetris World Champion. Remember, 4 of them are Jonas, and
Yep.
Jonas.
And the question still remains, can anyone beat Jonas?
Well, Harry came the closest last year.
Mm-hmm.
Is all of this work going to pay off for him now? Can he do this?
Will we see redemption for Harry Hong?
Well, right now, once again, you can see both of them playing well. Jonas with a little bit of an odd build over there. He's going to have to do some burning.
Mm-hmm. That's a bit aggressive for Jonas.
Yeah, but that's what that last game is
Yeah.
going to do, right? He was behind by quite a bit, and maybe the aggression that he tried to play at the end cost him. And so now he knows he has to play aggressive from the get-go.
See some higher building from Jonas here.
Look at the Tetris range. Right now, he's at 93%. It's early, but still.
He's on fire right now. He's playing super aggressive. Getting that build way up there.
Remember a year or two ago, James Chen was freaking out. He's like, "Oh my God, he's got 100% Tetris rate. This is crazy!" And like,
Already developing
he didn't realize the
sizable
match
lead,
had just
80,000
started.
points.
It was
And
he only had 4
Jonas
lines.
Firing back with the Tetris. He's gonna need more of that. Okay, Jonas with another one, but Harry fires right back.
Yeah, Jonas right now just having a lot of JL requirements right there. It's one of the toughest situations to put yourself in, and has managed to get himself out of it, though. He's in a good place again.
Harry taking a triple there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's in a bit of a drought. I guess he's gonna dial it back.
Oh, is he going to set up a... No, okay, take the double. Take
Yeah,
the double.
he just opened up his well back.
I feel like they should have added some
Uh-oh,
background music for this.
misrotation. That's very rare to see, actually, a misrotation. You see misdrops every once in a while, but Harry should be able to break out of that, but that's going to cut into his Tetris
Yeah,
rate.
he's gonna have to dig down 3 more lines in order to open as well. This is Jonas's chance to catch up.
I mean, he basically has. You can see they're both at the 63, 62% rate now. And so essentially, if that rate continues for Jonas, they will be tied. All right.
And boom, Tetris for Jonas. So almost caught back up now.
Yeah, and again with the line disparity.
So yeah,
Jonas
this is neck
definitely-
and neck.
Yeah. Okay, how is Harry going to handle that staircase over there? Oh, perfect piece, but he's not Tetris ready. And yeah, he's not going to be able to score the Tetris off of that long bar.
But yeah, he makes the adjustment and gets Tetris ready. So he's just waiting for another long bar. There it is. Boom, Tetris for Harry, and Jonas just made a Tetris 2. We are neck and neck in score.
Oh, man. Oh, less than 10,000 separating these two players.
Yeah, and the lines aren't actually that far apart this time.
Yeah, but unfortunately, so this is big for Harry now because there's a little bit of burning that Jonas is going to
be in dig for a while.
So the scoring potential right now is probably even between the players at this point.
Yeah, very close game.
Oh man, and a double.
Harry's driving him crazy with the
for Jonas. Yeah, so
line count disparity makes it so hard to commentate.
Creating more holes.
Yeah, and so he just kind of oh no, the TP switched the SZ, and then he got the one that he needed before the TPs.
And now he's very long bar dependent. He covers up the hole and isn't able to cut it down.
Right, and again, he's going to be able to get out of this. I have no doubts about that. But
the
it's
meantime,
just the scoring potential now.
Harry's score potential. Yeah, he's Jonas burning another triple there, and Harry just leads, just increasing. Boom, Tetris for Harry. Now 100,000 points in the lead.
And Jonas,
it's been a while. We need a Tetris.
Despite the last game, he's been playing it pretty safe, trying to get through this dig. But right now, you see a very
just giving it away
hole right there in column.
He's just gonna have to eat a couple of triples there.
Yeah,
or it looks like a triple and a double there.
Yeah, you see,
he knows he's giving up those points.
You see the head shake and the little grimace right there. But this is really interesting because this is the kind of pressure that. See, he even thought about it. He thought about it for a second.
For the dirty Tetris, and he didn't. He's giving up points left and right here, and that's allowing Harry to have such a sizable lead now at 120,000 points. Harry about to transition with his next Tetris. Or he takes a triple instead of a Tetris.
He does have a
500K.
He's gonna be able to tuck in there. Beautiful.
And
take
he
the
eats
triple.
A couple of triples. So he lost some points potential there, but he is in the lead, so it's probably okay.
Yeah. At this point in time, Harry can play a little bit safer. I don't know how safe you can play against Jonas, but I mean, it worked for him last game. It has the potential to work for him this game too, but even still, he's almost Tetris ready, and there it is. He just needs a long bar. There it is.
Boom, Tetris for Harry. And yeah, in the meantime, Jonas has transitioned. He's now on level 19 and with a clean play field. So
yeah, this is one of those situations where Jonas might actually need Harry to top out, and then he can try to play catch up afterwards.
Right, because he's still so far behind in lines. But yeah, Harry's not letting up at all. Well, he just took a triple there, but his playfield's in great shape. I think Harry's now balancing his aggression and taking triples where he can.
And look at this. A missed drop by Jonas.
He turned it into a tuck, so he can still get out of it.
Yep. Oh, the pieces are coming for him properly here. Oh, look at that. And he's out. Nicely done. And is he going to go for a Tetris here? No, he's not.
No, he's playing defensive end. He's going to burn back down.
Yeah, but look at the deficit.
Get nervous.
It's only a 10-line difference.
Palms are sweaty.
We saw he was even 20 lines down. This is only a 10-line difference with 150,000
deficit. Yeah, so Harry has
deficit.
a really sizable lead. And raw score, 150,000 points. That's a lot. Harry's still taking triples. Maybe there's something to that strategy because he's not burning with singles. Burning with triples might be a little bit better.
I mean, again, he has earbuds on, but he's not actually listening to anything. It's kind of like look at that, a dirty Tetris for Jonas.
Boom, dirty Tetris
but
for Jonas.
I wonder if subconsciously he can hear the lack of Tetrises from Jonas's side, and maybe he knows. Because like I said, he's not actually playing music. He can still hear, outside noises and such. It's just a minor kind of noise cancel.
Boom, Tetris for Jonas. Now he's starting to get his playfield back in order.
Neck and neck.
But he's still got 80,000 points to catch up, and Harry's playfield's a little messy now.
Yeah, he needs... Oh, that was the piece that he needed. And, is he actually going to try to set up for a Tetris? Oh, no, he's going to take the triple.
But yeah, kill screen's coming. We're at level 26 now, so just a couple more levels to work with. And the point deficit's actually shrunken.
He's going for it.
Center well.
Oh, why'd you cover Harry?
He had it. Okay, but it's
so
okay.
So many triples from Harry. I wonder if that might, it might cost him if Jonas starts scoring. Those triples are going to burn Harry here.
Dude, Jonas is going for a Tetris.
Oh, you dropped it at Jonas.
There it is.
Boom, Tetris for Jonas.
But now he's got a really
points.
bad play field for really pushing for that. But again, that's the kind of aggression that's being forced out of Jonas thanks to the way that Harry is playing.
Yeah, last second tuck by Jonas. Just barely getting it over. And Jonas.
That's a problem. That's a problem.
Harry's lead is going to allow him to take this round.
And again,
Harry,
you know, when we were watching Jonas versus Terry, I mentioned how Terry lost to himself. That time, Jonas lost to Harry.
Yeah, Harry kept up enough aggression, took a lot of triples, but if that kept him safe, that should make a positive difference there. So Harry taking that round now up 2-1.
Okay, so Harry's up 1. He just needs to win this one to take the whole thing. Yeah, 2-1. So this could be the last round, but Jonas has to win. If Jonas wants to stay in it, he has to win this round. So we'll see how it goes. All right, since it might be the last
Good
one,
explanation.
I want you guys to count this one down really loud for me. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Grand Finals, Classic Tetris World Championships 2014.
How do you stay calm in this situation? How do you keep your composure to play at the level that Harry's been playing? The nerves he must be feeling right now.
It kind of looks like it, doesn't it?
Well, he's been here before, and if anyone's going to have the experience to go up against Jonas and take games, let alone a match from him, it's going to be Harry.
Have you been watching the Olympics? Are there any
Harry? We have
any
Armenian
athletes
ruin his
in the Olympics that everybody's
Tetris
following
rate over there? And you can see Harry sitting on the 92% rate. Of course, that'll drop as it goes, but really impressive start so far.
Yeah, nothing.
It's got to be like a judo or something, right?
Sunburns in there, scoring a Tetris there. Scores are neck and neck, and Harry getting 2 in a row. So now Harry's gotten a slight lead.
Yep, with the 80% Tetris rate right now. Of course, that's only with 25 lines, so still very early. And that's one of the hardest things.
Come on, Jonas. Come on, Jonas.
Great Tetris like this, and you can get good RNG, but, through this many lines, you are going to get bad RNG at one point in time. And so, you're going to have to survive that at some point. And the fact that these players can do it so consistently for so long is what makes this so amazing. Oh, he has a double eyepiece dependency, but Harry's out of that now.
And yeah, pretty clean game for both of them, but Harry's got an early lead now, up about 3 Tetrises.
Sets himself up a requirement for a T-spin, and he gives up that ghost right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like Jonas is wanting to dig back down, but it's just not giving him great pieces to do it with.
And you know what? The game plan of Harry is play aggressive early, get the lead, and hope that Jonas can't catch up from situations like this. If it goes like it did in the past couple of games, this could be Harry's year. Because right now, Jonas is down to a 40% Tetris rate, 46% Tetris rate.
Yeah, Harry's playfield in the meantime has developed a bunch of holes. So this is Jonas's chance to catch up if there was one.
Holy playfield battle.
Yeah, it's going to be about 7 lines that Harry's going to have to burn.
The game plan that Harry I was talking about trying to
turn up the juice, Jonas.
Forcing Jonas to play aggressive is going away right now thanks to this dig. He's going to get out of it with that piece right there.
Yeah, he had good placements to make that happen.
Yeah, but unfortunately, 1, he's in a big drought, and 2, it came 1 piece too early. Couldn't actually give him the Tetris.
Still in good shape, and there it is. Boom, Tetris for Harry, widening the lead, so he's still up 2 Tetrises. Jonas finally getting his playfield nice, and he's ready to score. And boom, Tetris for Jonas.
Yeah, and Jonas still, though, surprisingly, with a lower Tetris rate than Harry, but that's how all of these matches have been going. And like I said, that battle plan has worked for Harry. It has led to this 2-1 lead that he has. Can he keep this up? Oh, God, look at this 21, 22-piece drought. Yeah, you see the head shake right there. He's like, where is this piece?
But yeah, he didn't have to cover it that time, so he was able to score the Tetris. And Jonas battling back just a bit. Now it's just about a Tetris behind, 2 Tetrises behind now.
Right, but the important thing right now is that the Tetris rate is neck and neck.
Yeah. And we're into about 100 lines. You're going to see them try to keep clean for transition at 130.
Jonas right now you can see right now both players having about the same number of line bars right here. You see 37 versus 36, so both of them having similar kinds of good RNG for the number of eyepieces.
Yeah, the same piece sets aren't in play here, but they're getting similarly balanced sets at least. What you don't want to have happen is one player getting just tons of long bars and the other getting none.
Right. Okay. Harry now in stasis right there, just holding off for the Tetris, finally gets it, and that's exactly what Jonas is doing now. Heading into a drought, he's got to do some cleaning here.
Yeah, he's taking some safety burns, keeping it low, and waiting for the long bar. Boom, Tetris for Jonas.
Yeah, nicely done for Jonas. And down in about 95, but again, also down.
Dang, Harry taking it to him.
16 lines.
Yeah, Harry's gonna hit transition with the next Tetris.
But you see how high Jonas's playfield got? Again, I feel like he's playing extra aggressive because Harry's forced that out of him, and now this 28-piece drought has forced a little
Joe's
bit of
getting pissed.
a little bit of cleanup.
He's so mad.
By. It's 37-piece drought now.
Yeah, big droughts, and he's actually playing aggressive. Like there's some things he could have done to keep it lower, and he didn't. And
the hell, man,
yeah, like
50
he could have burned, but he didn't. He really wants that Tetris.
54-piece.
Oh, he's playing
drought.
aggressive. Yeah, look at that. He's trying to transition with the Tetris, and finally he gets it just after transition. He's somewhat safe, but wow, that was the most aggressive I've ever seen Jonas try to get a Tetris before transition.
Yeah, we've talked about the Tetris RNG gods. I mean, right now, if you could say anything about them, they seem to want Harry to win because that was a brutal drought for Jonas. He could not get any Tetrises, yet he's still at about the same Tetris rate. Oh, but there we go, a misdrop from Jonas. This is huge.
And Harry has a double dependency. He needs a long bar.
Yeah, is that long bar going to show up? Okay, no, he's going to just burn.
You got the right stuff. Okay.
And takes the triple.
He takes another triple.
This is what he was doing last game. He was taking the triples. And Jonas, look at his playfield, is not in a good position. This is looking really strong for Harry right now.
Yeah, I mean, Harry's up 100,000 points.
Is this Harry's moment? Is this his time? Can he pull this off?
Yeah, Jonas needs to win this one to stay in the match, which is a very strange thing to say. But wow, yeah, Harry's just pouring on the aggression, playing clean, near perfect Tetris here. Might run away with this. Look at that,
look at this, but actually,
not another drought.
He's going for it. Look at that.
Wow,
He played
boom,
so
Tetris for Jonas.
aggressive.
What a crazy dirty Tetris from Jonas there.
But this is such a bad play field as a result.
Ruins his board when he does that.
Pull this off? He could get another dirty.
Oh, I'm nervous.
Oh, no. He's not going to hold out for that.
That's
tough.
Too risky. I don't know how he's going to clear that.
Oh, I'm nervous. Oh, this is bad. Oh, no, Mama. Stop.
That's not going to happen. That's
Harry
it.
takes it.
Harry is going to be only the
underdog story.
Tetris World Champion.
And the winner is Harry Hong, 2014 Classic Tetris World Champion, has finally dethroned the 4-time champion Jonas Neubauer. Amazing.
Unbelievable. I mean, as it happens, it's almost, you couldn't believe it. But I looked at the scores like, is that right?
Look at Jonas. What a class act.
And Jonas is finally going to go down in the 5th year, granted in 2nd place. So, first, second ain't so bad. But Harry has conquered the demon, and in his 3rd attempt has defeated Jonas.
And
their event clock must be ticking. Look at the game ended like 10 seconds ago. They're already holding their trophies up.
Brought it.
Like, get the pictures. All right.
$500.
Take everything down.
Trophy. Grand prize winner, Harry Hong, $1,000 and the gold trophy.
The upset. He finally did it.
Harry, all right, we got some words to new champion, first time, third fight in, I don't know, since we started this thing, it's been the rivalry of the ages. How do you feel, Harry Hong?
Absolutely amazing. I've been waiting for this moment for 5 years, and now that it's come here, it's amazing seeing everyone here. Thank you for coming, everyone, and everyone played great. Jonas played great also, and yeah, this is amazing.
Vindication after so many years. You know they're making a new documentary this year, I heard, and I mean, was this planned? I mean, did you totally like go all out practicing?
Actually, no. I mean, like yesterday it was kind of difficult, and I only see the fifth. But yeah, today I really felt it, and brought it home.
Jonas just defeated a 4-time world champ. He was the underdog, and he had to come out on top.
The DJ doesn't even know who's who.
Make those hands together. Make that noise for a brand new world Tetris champion, everyone.
Harry Hong, let's hear it for Harry Hong. So, anything else you want to say to the crowd? I mean, this is your moment, man. This is your year. 2014, dude. Like, we've been through this like 5 years in a row, man. Just let it all out, man. Let it all out.
I mean, yeah, NES Tetris has come a long way, since, the documentary, this tournament, and look at all these people. It's a great thing.
Christie's got the PS2 hat on.
I love Tetris.
Yeah, he's got a point. It's been growing. We have our biggest crowd, our biggest Portland Retro Gaming Expo. It's almost like you waited for the scene to mature. We have so many new people maxing out. We have so many people, like you had to get 700,000 points to even like qualify this year. So just the entire community, it seems growing and it's advancing. And both our announcing stages are giving it up for Harry, man. Great job, great job. Congratulations, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
All right, so our grand champion, our grand finals winner, Tetris champion 2014, Harry Hong. And of course, you guys are also all winners too for just coming out and watching this spectacle live. I mean, how many people can say they've been to the Tetris World Championships?
Me.
Right?
I can say that.
Right?
I can say that.
How many people have been here since the first year? Some of you have. I know this guy has. So. So I want to give a last shout out to our sponsors, JJ Games, Idea Scale, the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, our home of course, BPS, the Tetris company, the agent for Tetris.
This part could have used some editing.
They're so gracious to give us their support to make us the official championships of Tetris. We love them. There's Game Gavel, there's Nintendo Age.
Does this need to be in the documentary? Making their
sponsors supporting us. We have the love of the community. The community loves all of you, all the spectators and the players of Tetris. You make this possible, the interest and the love of retro gaming, and we're just all happy that we can provide a positive thing for people to play and to strive for in video gaming. Thanks for coming to the Tetris World Championships. I think Adam wants another word in, so I'm going to hand it over to him. I'm Chris Tang. I'm just the announcer guy. I love Tetris too. I love video games, and I love you all. So thanks for coming out. I'll see you all next year, hopefully.
All right, let's give a round of applause to Chris. Good job, Chris. Awesome announcing.
I feel like I was possessed in the last 3 games. It was crazy. Something was going on. It's crazy. But no, it's amazing. It's great. It's great. I mean, there's no other. Yeah. It's dream come true. Yeah.
Beautifully done. Beautifully done.
Yeah. Thank you.
Something in that first game?
Not really. I was like really more pumped up, but yeah, with the last 3 games, I was just like.
Can you tell me? I
Yeah.
saw that sometimes you were pushing down. Did you catch yourself pushing down and stop doing that at some point?
I actually planned on not doing that for the tournament, but it wasn't working out during the qualifier, so I just decided I'm just gonna play my own style, and it worked out. Yeah, but yeah.
Oh. I mean, do you think you're gonna come back here and do it again next year?
I think I have to. Defending champ next year. I mean, gotta come back. But yeah, we'll see.
Where are you gonna put this in your house?
I'll probably my cabinet or something, along with the second place trophies. But it's finally feels great to take them to go. Yeah.
Good job, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Tell John Foster.
Oh, simply amazing play by Harry right there. I mean, the way that he
Sad fact, my childhood cart was stolen.
Terry versus Jonas, we were commenting how much Jonas was just like another day at the office, calm.
He was playing calm, not too aggressive, but Harry was going on full aggressive. And I noticed that.
Let's get a runner-up speech. Just get Jonas on here.
All triples.
Yeah.
So, I usually discourage using triples because, those are lines that could be Tetrises. But if you're trying to play safe, and Harry was playing smart enough so that, his play field wasn't that dangerous. We didn't see a whole lot of crazy, dangerous digs. Harry was able to capitalize and managed to keep the play field aggressive, even if he was just making triples instead of Tetrises.
Yeah, and so, for the first time, I feel like we've really had to see Jonas push himself. You saw he let the field grow really high to try to get the Tetrises, even after transition. Harry was actually able to put the pressure, and that strategy, and that's the talent that Harry had to get that lead. I mean, simply amazing.
Yeah, and I could see the pressure on Jonas's screen because the mistakes that he did make were all high up on the screen. And if Jonas had just stayed calm and collected, maybe he could have waited for Harry to top out and then play a chase down game, but he didn't. It was that pressure of having to make Tetrises that leads to a build that's so dangerously high.
And that was all because of game 2. Honestly, if Harry had that game 2, maybe during game 4, it might have even turned out a little bit different because that game 2, Jonas played his game. The calm, I'm not going to push it. And then he couldn't catch up. He saw that Harry had the lead.
Right. And once Harry set the standard for what Jonas had to do next, he changed his play and tried to play more aggressive, and it didn't work out.
Yeah,
but still, just amazing to see Jonas at peak Jonas still playing and doing his thing and doing so well.
Yeah, but as a result, there you have it. Harry Hong, 2014 Classic Tetris World Champion for the 5th year here, and I'm sorry, the first time in its 5th year, only the 2nd champion. Maybe this is the start of a dynasty for Harry. It could possibly work out that way with how well he played today.
It didn't.
Yeah, and the sky's the limit. We have yet to see. We thought we might see double kill screens. Didn't see that yet. Didn't see a max out. Who knows what the future will hold for Classic Tetris.
Absolutely, but again, hope everybody enjoyed that as much as we did. That was just absolutely some of the highest level of NES Tetris play that we've seen. Awesome stuff.
Yeah, any era that was a top level play. We're gonna walk back through our time portal and go back to the past year 2020 and look back at this and see that these guys are legends.
Yeah, absolutely, and you can see why. You can see why both of them so strong at the game.
Gotta have some
With
posts.
that match,
okay, good.
Harry Hong cemented his place in Classic Tetris history. He won the CTWC in 2014 after taking 2nd place in both 2010 and 2013. The filmmakers interviewed him this summer after his victory to review those games.
And the goal was to at least win one. That was the goal, and I'm okay with that. If I don't win, obviously, if any tournament I play, I'm gonna play to win. But if I don't win, if I don't ever win another one, then I'm okay with that. Because I did what I wanted to do. But yeah, I want to see like new winners, new people make it to the finals at least. And I think it'll happen. Yeah.
In 2015, Harry arrived for the competition wearing a shirt that read, "The champ is here." Harry began streaming his Tetris games online, aiming to max out the games starting on every possible level. This meant he had to score max outs starting from level 0 all the way through level 19. And he did it. Since then, Harry has used the nickname the Mayor of Max Out City. Harry and Jonas never faced each other again in CTWC tournament play.
Interesting
They
fact,
did
didn't know
compete
that.
in friendly matches, including this one in Trey Harrison's garage. But the CTWC bracket never brought these rivals head-to-head again.
So the Jonas game, I talked to him a few times and I was like trying to be friendly with him. And he was friendly, but he wasn't like super open or loose or anything. And I remember taking that offense to that. But now that I look back on it, it's probably because he was in the place that I should have been before a match like that, which was, I don't want to have fun, I'm gonna win. And I remember sitting down and I honestly thought to myself, I'm about to win. Like I thought, there's no way I can lose this. And I knew that all I had to do was what I do in the basement. I had figured out the nerves issue. I knew what I had to do to like mitigate my body a little bit, you know? And I did those things and I fell apart. Just blew it.
Terry ended up in 3rd place in 2014 after his loss to Jonas. He continued to compete and reached the top 8 the next year. He also traveled to Europe that year and competed in the first Classic Tetris European Championship. He took home a trophy for winning 1st place in the Super Nintendo version of the game. In 2019, Terry did something amazing. He scored a max out in qualifying, starting on level 19. That's right. He used the strategy that hurt him way back in 2012, starting on level 19 during qualifying. But with years of practice, he managed to achieve a max out score. In December 2014, Dana Wilcox became the first woman on record to score a max out.
Dang.
Just 6 months later, in 2015, Kristen Stein became the second.
Dang.
Kristen's husband,
GG.
Jake, is also a max out player. Together, Kristen and Jake became the first married couple to both score max outs in Classic Tetris.
That probably still stands as a record.
After 2014, Trey Harrison joined the team behind CTWC. He created a system called Trey Vision, which displays classic Tetris games in high definition. Trey also helped create all the game footage in this series. In 2019, Trey and Jonas played together as a team. They played something called Mind Meld, where one player controls the left and right movement of the piece, while the other controls rotation. Together, Trey and Jonas won the Mind Meld competition. In 2015, Josh Tolles changed the way classic Tetris players keep score. Using a Game Genie, a piece of hardware that changes small elements of the game, Josh created a new code that removed the max out score cap. Using Josh's code, the score counter keeps going past 999,999. It replaces the first digit with a letter of the alphabet, allowing players to count scores beyond 1,000,000 points. That contribution unlocked a new generation of world records and remains in use today. Just 1 month later, Harry Hong used the new code to record a 1.1 million point score.
It's crazy they waited that long to do that.
In 2017, Ben Mullen's last name became a verb. During a CTWC match, Ben's opponent topped out while Ben was ahead, but commentators encouraged him to keep playing because he was on pace for a max out. To this day, competitors use Ben's last name to refer to the practice of continuing to play after a win in an attempt to set a record. It's called mullening. After his loss in 2014, Jonas considered giving up the game. He didn't watch the 2014 finals until the filmmakers asked him to, during the summer of 2015.
My general impression of that whole tournament was I didn't lose it, he won it type of thing. I'm not a super competitive person, so I almost do this weird thing where I visualize the loss so much coming up to it that I've already made my peace with it. And so I just wanted to play well, and I wanted to at least put on a good show. So I think if I had any anxiety, it was to that point where I wanted to go the distance and make it, a best of 5 and get to that 5th game. I don't like my chances for the next year as well as I thought I would, based on what I saw from his side of the board. I think he's playing dynamite Tetris, and if I don't get comfortable and incorporate those little kick flips, I'll literally have no advantage over him at this point. Maybe some decision making post level 19 and getting ready for it. If he doesn't focus on that part of his game, I might have an advantage there, but if there was a gap at all, it has closed considerably.
Reviewing the game tape helped convince Jonas to keep going. He mentioned this during an interview with Arda Ocal in 2018.
It always helps kind of watching the games. It's tough to watch the ones you lose, but you got to kind of see and pull stuff out, kind of understand what happened.
He's the GOAT.
And kind of build from that. And I wasn't motivated to do that at the time, but it's funny. They started shooting a second documentary, and one of the guys came in to interview me for that about 4 months later and forced me to watch these games on a tablet. he wanted like some B-roll, or he wanted to, some footage for the documentary, and that is what ultimately motivated me to go back and really, in 2015, give it all I got.
Jonas returned to the CTWC in 2015 and went on another historic run, winning first place 3 more years in a row.
Woo!
As the 7-time world champ, Jonas left his day job at the brewery and became a full-time streamer. Along with his wife, Heather, he developed an online community. Although Jonas didn't reach #1 after 2018, he remained near the top and was the most visible member of the classic Tetris community. That's what makes this last part so painful.
I'm sorry about this, John Foster.
In the first days of 2021, Jonas and Heather moved to Hawaii. On January 5th, 2021, Jonas died. His heart failed in a way nobody could have predicted or prevented. One moment, he was reading a book and goofing off with Heather, and the next, he was gone. Jonas was 39 years old.
Yeah, it was like the worst day ever.
Later that
worst
year,
month ever, worst year ever.
The CTWC changed its trophy.
Still sucks, really bad.
After 10 years as a T-piece, the trophy changed to a J-piece in memory of Jonas. Announcing the change, CTWC organizers reminded players of something Jonas said in 2018 in that interview with Arda Ocal.
If you're a high visibility player, it's on you to move the community in a positive direction, and I feel like I've tried to do that. Yeah, and there's no way to go but up. I think it's still growing.
Terrible. Unfair. I'm surprised they didn't mention that he was right about the young kids and how much it blew up. I feel like that's maybe even a better post.
So in terms of
postscript,
maybe the future generations or players,
maybe they're gonna talk about it here.
What I would tell them, give them some advice or maybe something to hold on to that would be valuable. I guess I would say, especially from what happened recently, is treasure those around you, because you never know what might happen. One day Jonas might be here being able to teach you everything he knows about Tetris, and another day he might not be there. Luckily, I felt that need to do that to express appreciation for those around me. I was able to do that in time, and I would do things like I would go to Game Developers Conference, and I had a talk on the Tetris World Championships, and I was able to say that our community was built on the foundation of people like Jonas Neubauer, and he's our champion, and he helped usher in the new generation. Had I not done that in time, I think maybe he might not have known, but I think he knew. And you kind of want to know, you want the people around you to know that you appreciate them. A lot of times, you have a competitive community, but the growth, you want positive growth. You want new people coming in that feel welcomed, and that is contagious. Like, if you make someone else feel welcomed to join your community, like, they're gonna be welcoming to the next person who wants to join, and all of a sudden, like, everybody's just really positive. And I think that's what happened with Tetris. And sometimes I say, I don't really know why we have this, very low toxicity, and we're all really positive, and we all treat each other like family, and we all get along really well. And you don't see that in a lot of competitive communities, but we see it in this one. I think that I would like other people who are joining the community, or young people, that I'd say, like, well, if you're gonna be in competitive Tetris, well, you've got great examples, and Jonas led amazingly by example. I mean, even Harry Hong had streams up before anyone else, so he was already sharing his experience. And you have people like Alex Kerr. He's another really good example, because he had all this Tetris knowledge. He's like a walking encyclopedia of the stuff, but he didn't like keep it all to himself and say, I know all this stuff and I'm not gonna tell him. No, he shared that. He told people the behaviors, the controls, and we learned so much from him, and we continue to. So being part of a community and being able to share your knowledge or your enthusiasm. We have a lot of great commentators, like James Chen has, he brings tremendous energy. You ought to see him bringing it. And you even have guys like Kingsman, who's just like really just super excited, adding their own flavor to it. And, it's just appreciating all those different people and letting them know. It speaks volumes for our community as a whole. And the more you can express that, I think the better off we all are.
GG's, GG's. This must be like his side. He added some like bonus feature stuff. I wonder if that's.
Hi, I'm Chris Higgins. I'm the director of Best of Five, which is a documentary series about the 2014 Classic Tetris World Championship and the history of that tournament in general. This video is for people who are seriously interested in Classic Tetris, so sorry if that's not you. If you want the rest of it, you can go. There's a coupon code there.
Bounce.
Okay.
I'm always very forthcoming.
So the first place where we start is, what is your first memory of Tetris?
First memory of Tetris, the first time I ever used a computer, I played Tetris. And so my uncle back in the 80s had one of those total, green and gold screen DOS machines. And the only game he had on it was Tetris. And so right away, I must have been 6 or 7 years old.
He had one of those Russian computers.
It made an impression on me. It was just kind of like a hypnotizing factor in the game.
Hey, Toxic. I don't need good luck. We're just watching videos.
That's the first time I ever played Tetris.
Do you remember if you were any good at it?
I think somebody said I was good. So no matter whether I was good or not, it reinforced that in me.
True. True.
In
Very
that
true.
version of Tetris, did multiple people in your family play it? Did you ever play it together?
Yeah. Specifically, my dad and I had a small competition, especially when it came out from the Nintendo. So that's probably around 1990, 1989. I was about 8 or 9 years old. And so I'd play against my dad, and we were pretty neck and neck until I started achieving a score threshold of about 170,000. I started leaving him in the dust a little bit.
Can you talk to me a little bit more about what that...
Dang, those are Apollo scores.
Like when you're like friendly rivalry with your dad, and then you end up kind of moving past it. Was that awkward for you, or what?
My dad's very competitive, and if you beat him at something, he'll never play it again. So I also have older brothers, and my oldest brother used to play chess with him, and the one time he beat my dad, they never played again. So it's one of these things where, even if he's watching like a Dodgers game and they start losing, he'll just turn it off. There's this weird competitive to anti-competitive nature about him. But my brothers and I are very competitive as well, but we never got into it with Tetris. It wasn't their game, I guess.
So is it true that as soon as you surpassed him in Tetris, that was just over?
Yeah, so he stopped playing, but he would watch me play at that point. And that was off and on. I never really played Tetris all the way throughout life. There was always these big gaps in between, so.
So I'm guessing, like, with the NES, you probably had other games, right? Like, would you say Tetris was a favorite game, or was there something else that jumped out?
Tetris was something I always went back to. I wouldn't say favorite game. It was the most consistently played game. And I think something turned on around high school where my high school buddies would actually come by and watch me play. And I'd start, I think at that point I was scoring in the 500,000 to 600,000 range, where it became, oh, maybe I'm really good at this game. But with other Nintendo games, I liked them more. It's just there wasn't that, the replayability was much higher on Tetris. And so you just play a game, beat it, and be done with it. Tetris at that point
Ain't nobody's beating NES games and being done with it.
But around the time of high school,
play it, lose at it, and then be done with it.
It was still Nintendo Tetris, but my high school buddies would come over and actually watch me play and not want to take turns with it. So if any other game we played, everybody would be trying to weasel in and play, but they were content with just watching some good Tetris being played.
So what years were you like in high school? 90s?
Yeah, this was about 96 to 99.
Same age.
Okay.
That's the N64 kind of era. We played a lot of Smash Brothers, stuff like that.
But you hung on to your
Same.
NES?
Yeah.
Same.
In fact, the same controller as well.
Not exactly
which
the
is
same.
funny when people were talking about how many controllers they went through. I played the first 2010 tournament with the same controller that I played when I was 10 years old. It still had the same little tiny bite marks of frustration on it. So yeah.
Did that one come with the kit?
A lot of my Super Nintendo controllers still have like sticker residue because Nintendo Power would give you like these stickers you could cover your controllers in.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm curious too.
So you get to, I guess, college, presumably around 2000.
When he was streaming, he never played any other NES games.
How does Tetris?
He was always just playing Tetris or PC stuff.
I went to Virginia for college as an electrical engineering major.
Hey, what?
And spent a couple semesters there. Didn't play any Tetris. Didn't even come up with.
I played Tetris in college.
And then I actually transferred back and went to a junior college here for business. Went to Long Beach State. And at Long Beach State,
electrical engineering. Jonas and I, man, we would have had such a good time together.
2001.
So this is the point, I think, where I hand you the 2001 thing. Can you take a look at that guy? And you can just read it to yourself if you want for a minute, just to like remember it.
Oh, this is 20-year-old Jonas here. Oh, 19. I hadn't even turned 20 at the time. So this is me saying done. I regret to say I'm done playing Tetris, at least on the NES. I just scored 999,999 points and actually scored well over that going 5 lines into level 29. It was all done on a TV from the 80s that had a less than quality picture. I'll be posting pictures of the score in my messy room once I kill the roll of film and get my hands on the scanner. Let me say this, as far as I know, this is the first documented score of maximum proportions on the NES, which leads me to believe that this is the first time anyone has ever handled Tetris like I have. In addition to that, any knowledge of a max out score without a reasonable date of accomplishment will be regarded as after my max out. This might fall on unwelcoming ears, Jake, but I have just surprised myself with the Tetris skills I have built, and I truly hold myself in high esteem as being the best NES Tetris player to ever walk and eat and and run and play and surf and drive and sleep on this earth. To all of you Tetris players out there, I'm sure if you keep at it, you'll be saying the same thing after you max out too. Smiley face. I might come out of retirement to make an MPEG video of one of my Tetris games, taped and dubbed as a quasi-tutorial for all of you to peruse. Anytime you guys need any hints or help with the game, just email me or post here. I'd be happy to help. Tetris was a fun hobby. I guess I'll take up something else now, perhaps. Lates. Jonas Neubauer, age 19. I don't surf at all, so I don't know where I was coming with that. But cool. A little cocky.
That seems very 19.
Yeah, a little cocky, but also humble at the end with the, the offer to help. So you got a little bit of of both worlds. Obviously, I was not done playing Tetris, but I think universally people have that feeling where they're like, I'm done with this game. I've done whatever, you know. It's that kind of the finality of the max out.
Did you
I'll never know.
that there was a max out score when it happened? Did you know that it was going to stop at 99999?
Not really. Not really. There was no pictures of anything done. Even at that point, people weren't even game sharking it just to show all the strange, weird lettering that comes when you go over the level or whatever. So I had no idea what would happen.
So do you remember at all, like I'm assuming night that you had that max out? The circumstances around it?
It was late. I maxed out. I was probably playing deep into the night. I mean, that was like at 2:30 in the morning. I remember going to a 7-Eleven and getting a disposable camera and taking a picture of it. And then my buddy developed it, and he had a scanner at the time. I don't know if it ever got scanned and put on the web. I just remember there was a weird Polaroid of it. And this was kind of almost before Photoshop. Photoshop was probably just getting started to get going. So there wasn't that quality of it where the believability factor. I actually have no idea if it even got on the web. Also, what's funny is that references Jake. There was like a Jake Wade character that was this larger-than-life personality on the boards that claimed to have maxed it out multiple times in the 90s. So
every community has somebody like that.
Thing there. But yeah, good times.
In retrospect, it seems
Punch
like
Out had somebody like that. It was really funny.
There probably were max outs, probably undocumented max outs that did happen in the 90s. That probably happened. What do you think?
Yeah, now, watching people with how good they can get over a short period of time, when they really kind of press on it, there had to have been some in the 90s. And it was just one of those things where there wasn't really an audience to hear about it. When people were going on Excite.com and all these, first Web 1.0 websites. So, yeah, I think when you're 19, you want to, put your stamp on the world. And so I was probably just in my own little kind of bubble there. But looking back and just seeing kind of the insane progress that a lot of the competitors have made, it's tough to say that there wasn't a max out in the 90s.
So you maxed out in 2001, 9 years pass or something. What happens that brings you into competitive NES Tetris?
So I made a tape with Trey. It was a VHS tape that he put online, and then when YouTube started getting going in 2007, he transferred that video onto YouTube. And it had no sound, so I ended up putting up another video of a level 19 max out on the web. And so I got contacted via those through the people that were putting together the first 2010 tournament. And so that's kind of how I got roped in. And it was in LA back then, so it was an easy drive for me, and it was a no-brainer to participate. And Adam also, with the first documentary, got me involved in that as well.
So when you go to that first competition, I know, regardless of whether you overestimated or underestimated your abilities, did you think, I got this?
I felt like I had a good chance. There was a couple wild cards, especially Thor. I didn't see a lot of his play. He didn't really have a video. There was I think that was by design. I think he kind of liked being off camera, the legendary nature of it, which is great. You really lose that in this day and age. But I didn't know what to expect, but once I saw the play of other people, I thought my own play would be my own worst enemy. So just, take a deep breath, play well, and don't make any critical mistakes.
Cool. Tell me about your mom, because I keep seeing her in, I think, all the competition footage that I've seen, at least in 2013 and 14. She seems like she's a big part of your life and like your biggest fan.
Yeah, my mom is awesome. She's a total 50s mom, where her entire kind of self-worth and self-being was raising a solid family and just being completely selfless and very supportive. She was never that mom that took the controller out of my hands growing up. She definitely made me do my homework and all that stuff, but whatever I did, she was 100% into it. And she gets very excited at the competitions, very nervous. She can't really watch me play a lot because, especially with the music on, because it makes her anxious, which is hilarious. And yeah, she's just been a really positive influence in my life. I lived at home for quite a while in my 20s, and then I moved back when my dad got sick, and so we further bonded over that. And she still comes up here every now and then to hang out, and she invariably cleans up and becomes a total mom again when she's here.
So when you go to these competitions, which has now been 5 of them, this must be like a whole production to get you there, get your mom there, now your fiance, now wife, all these people. Like, is that like expensive to do? Is it difficult?
It is, but I think everybody has such a good time, and I have a bunch of buddies that either live in Portland or live in Seattle, and they come down. I was surprised to be one of the only competitors with an entourage at most of these competitions, but I think you don't really have to, they have to talk me into going in the first place, which is because I'm not a very competitive person, and so they, the last couple of years, they've had to really kind of get behind me and get me practicing and get me playing.
That's really
booking
surprising.
Hotels and stuff like that. I always book at the last minute. I'm just bad at any of that.
So I'm interested in the distinction between talent and skill. So talent, like, so many people are just born good at something. And it's possible that the first time you played Tetris, you had some native talent for that. But clearly it took you then 15 years or something to develop the skill of being able to do a max out. And I'm curious if you have anything to say about what it takes to develop this particular skill, because you're...
I need to write this down. I need to write this down.
Probably the first to actually document it, and the first person to win the championship, and then the second and third and fourth person. You know, like, you've done a lot to train yourself, and I'm wondering how much that helped you versus just native ability.
I don't know how much native ability I had. I think a big chunk of it was taking myself out of my comfort zone with playing. I think a lot of people get comfortable with playing a certain way and a style. I mean, some people didn't know to counter-rotate with B.
Apollo.
Some people built to the left when there's obvious advantages to build to the right. So it's just this self-critical type of play where you're always trying to get better, force yourself to play on a very unfun starting level, level 19. I remember being maybe 13, 14, and forcing myself to play on 19 when I was just...
Oh, I don't want to play on 19. I can never be Jonas.
And getting frustrated, literally tears of frustration. I remember that. And just powering through it. And I think it was skill over talent. I don't think I had an innate ability to play Tetris. I noticed that amongst my friends, I tended to be near the top 3 in a lot of games that we played competitively, like Smash Brothers. So there was definitely a hand-eye coordination thing, but still, I think that was hours put in on the clock rather than just being innately hand-eye coordinated.
So again, if you want to see the rest of this, like the other, hour and 45 minutes, that is coming as a bonus feature for people who pay for Best of 5. There's a link.
Give it to us for free, Chris.
Code, use it.
More Jonas for free. Don't pay while Jonas. Come on.
5-hour series and the
versus to say
2 to
the
4
GOAT.
hours of bonus features that I'm currently putting together. So you'll get those. Those will come when they're available, and you're going to get other stuff like closed captions in multiple languages, great stuff like that. I appreciate your time, and I'm going to get out of here and get back to work on this. Thanks.
Sounds good. Thanks, Chris. This thing still going? Oh, it's over. Let's see. Let's check out what happened in the finals here.
Former 6 roommate says prize for CTWC was $1,000 up until 2018. Yeah, it was.
We know that. We just watched the documentary. It was $1,000. These guys win $1,000 a month on these tournaments now,
from Tetris Company.
or more.
They really flattened the the pay structure, you know? Which makes sense in a live event. Maybe they didn't get 10,000 that year. I'm not sure when they started getting 10,000 a year, but maybe it was the year after 2018.
You're kind of compelled to keep
But CTWC always has a very flat
playing with these because
pay
you make especially these younger guys, man. That's good money.
which makes sense for a live event because you want to help defray the travel, lodging costs or whatever for as many players as you can. For an online event, it makes more sense to have a less flat pay structure. So I always prefer a top-heavy pay structure to make it kind of, I want to say life-changing money, but something where you go, oh my God, this was worth it. 541 for Tristop, 455 for NGC Man, but Tristop is in trouble. He's all in on this bar. The bar gets there, and now let's see what he can do to try and work this down.
No problem, John Foster. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, these guys are playing with DAS.
And
So the same skill set of what we just watched.
NGC Man's going to be able to do much better. And no, Tristop is going to eke out a win.
Now I would say
here.
this game was pretty similar to what we just saw, but
and kind of
like these guys are maxing out most games.
It's not even Christmas. We've done a great job. We're up to 585.
Skip ahead a little bit.
So we now just need another 165.
But that's just the difference of what
to reach our prize
people learning more about how to play and playing more often.
We're slowly ratcheting up the prize pool.
The knowledge of Tetris has expanded quite a bit.
For this event, as we get more confidence.
And a lot of it is from Jonas. Like Jonas taught a lot of showed people how to play on his stream and stuff. I know he made some people always reference his I need to watch them probably just so I can be better, but it's like Tetris 101 videos that kind of explain the core concepts of how to be a good Tetris player.
This ends up burning a lot of
I've heard a lot of these guys reference those.
37 for NGC Man, 189 through 41 for Tristop. Smacks with the prime sub. El Pelton is wondering why we would freeze it. Well,
But that's also what's like. I would have probably made the tournament in that 2014 year that we watched with how I play, and I'm like,
wow, what is not sustainable
I wouldn't even. I'd get laughed out of the room today, even on DAS, even with using the old style play.
And what can NGC do here in the
the early top out it.
Top out for NGC Man and Tristop.
You can do better than that.
2 games to for NGC Man as well.
I'm trying to talk up your skills and making me look bad.
There's another Tetris for Tristop, 297 through 53, 281 through 54 for NGC Man. You really could just use a pre-recorded outro, right? Would people actually notice the difference? It's about fun, El Pelton. Okay, it's fun. You could just use a pre-recorded one, right? El Pelton, are you sure you wouldn't be happier watching on YouTube?
Oh, don't diss the YouTube viewers. Come on, man.
All right. All right, 318 for NGC.
I watch a lot of streams on YouTube now, if there's an option, because I don't get any ads on YouTube, and I can rewind, and I can pause.
Chilled out a little bit over the last 20 lines or so. Is the website updated? I'm not sure what you mean by the website. What aspect of the website? I mean, probably not. If you have to.
Mostly you don't get spammed with ads, and the mobile app isn't total garbage. I got an email to do a Twitch survey, and usually I only do them if there's money involved, but
NGC Man versus Alex T was a sweep, right?
I was like, I'm kind of bored. Maybe I'll see what they want to know about, and it was about the mobile app. So I was like, oh boy. So I
and
absolutely trashed.
and then Tristop.
I just ripped the mobile app in two in the ratings and the comments. It's like your app sucks now. You ruined it. It's unusable.
Pretty sure.
Felt good. It felt good.
Tetris for NGC Man 504 555 for Tristop. Still pretty good paces here for these two players, but yes, they have
it's terrible, right? It's so bad. I mean, like, I don't know, like,
pace that they
if it's going to be. Well, the sad part is there doesn't need to be any advice, Toxic, because like the app was great the way it was, in my opinion. Now maybe it wasn't. They have different metrics than I do, so like maybe they're looking at it and they're saying, "Oh, we're not getting enough viewers doing this or that." Who am I to say? I can only speak from what my experience and what I prefer, but people seem to hate the new app. Right? People do hate the new app. And I am one of them.
And this looks like a problem.
It was so bad, like I got put in on the beta. So like I got the app update before everybody else did a little bit. At least before everyone got it. And
Tristop is gonna take
GG Tristop. But they and I was so aghast at what they had done that I went on to they've got like a site for feedback, and I went on there and I made a post about it. So JKL. But it was too late at that point. But they but yeah, like, you know, I don't know, when I have the new Twitch app. It's like when I open up the Twitch app, I want to see what I see on the website. I want to see all the streams I follow I want to see their title. I want to see maybe a screenshot of what they're doing at that moment. Very good, John Foster's appropriate use of that language. And now you open up the app, and if you want to look at your following list, you get nothing. You have to click in multiple spots, and all you get is how many viewers they have, and that's it. You can't see their title. You can't see a screenshot of what they're doing. It's terrible. It's like, you know, I follow quite a few people. I can't watch every single stream that people are doing. I can't drop into every single stream and see what people are doing. But it's like, if I pull up my follow list, I can like keep up with what people are doing. Like, you know, maybe JKL was speedrunning Ghoul School today, and I don't have time to drop in and see it, but I can still be like, oh, JKL's been working on Ghoul School. Interesting. Cool. And then at least I know, and then the next time I see him, I'm like, hey, how did Ghoul School go? And like, you know, maybe from Twitch's perspective, like that doesn't make them money and they don't care. Maybe. That's the only explanation I have, is that, you know, that doesn't benefit them. But from my perspective, like if I can't do that on the app, then I don't want the app. Like, so I stopped using the app because it's like I can't even make any sense of it. And I just would go to the web page and look at my following list to find what everybody was doing. And then when I saw a stream that I was like, all right, I'll watch this stream, then I would go to the app and I would go to that stream. And I was like, this is stupid. So I downgraded the app. So I downloaded the old Twitch app on my phone. And I've been using that. So I went back. What's up, Nick? You missed the finale. We just watched the finale. But I mean, like, you know, it's such stupid feedback because it's like, hey, remember all the things that you had on the app? Put them back. It was fine. And they even added like they added like a feed thing, you know, where you can like flip through streams and they would put new streams you don't follow on there, and they put one for clips like that. And it's like, I didn't have any problem with that. I'm like, that's fine. Put that on there. That's great. But don't take away my following page. You know, like they'll take away the following page. It's stupid. And you have people like, you know, like TMR's always live, right? So it's like from people who watch him, like that's just going to kill his stream. Like people aren't going to be able to even see his title to see if he's live or not. They're just going to like, oh, he's live, and they'll have to click into his stream every time. Like that's stupid, man. Who won? Do you really want to know? It was an upset. Harry Hong. Harry Hong beat Jonas. Yeah, when they first added the scroll feed thing, I was like, that's cool. Like, I didn't have any problem with that. I think people really hated it too, just because, like, also, like, the other people had other complaints about it. Like, when they open it up, the stream is just, like, a stream is just playing on your phone. So, like, people were like, the volume's, like, blasting. So they're like, I just opened up the app and the volume's blasting out of my phone, embarrassing me. And then, like, you know, because the volume's blasting, it just throws you into a stream. So someone might be like cursing or talking about something maybe you don't want to be blasting out of your phone, or they're playing a game that you're trying not to get spoiled. So like maybe they're playing the final boss or like a key moment of a game. You're like, oh crap, get this off my screen. I don't know. And some people we're talking about like, you know, they have like, I don't know if they're like ADHD or something, but like something about the way that just that opens up and it's just blasting stuff in your face immediately when you opened up the app was bothering them too. So yeah, exactly, JKL. Because like I follow like hundreds of people, and like, you know, I'm not going to drop in on 100 streams, especially with the pre-roll ads. It would be impossible. It would take me all night. So it's like, you know, I like to scroll through it. I feel like even if I didn't go into the stream, I at least know what someone's up to, you know? So like, it just feels like you're checking in with them, you know? Oh yeah, you got Turbo. I got YouTube Premium. Right here, YouTube Premium. So I just watch on YouTube instead. Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking to get rid of the follow page, because like, where's your focus group? Where's your test group? Like, what was even the point? Like, they only rolled out the app to a small group of people. Everybody flipped out about how terrible it was, and they still rolled it out anyway. Like, they do that stuff all the time where they just, like, it's been something that Twitch has been doing ever since I've been on Twitch. Like, they'll roll out a change, and everybody's like, what the hell are you thinking? Did you ask anyone about this before you did it? And they have to, like, roll it back because everybody's mad about it. I don't know. So stupid, though. But anyway, so don't update. If you don't have the new Twitch app update, don't take it. Don't take the update. You can go back to the version from a few months ago if you want to continue using the app and don't have all those features. I use the, I'm trying to think of why. Oh, it's the pop-out feature. So like, you know, the little like picture-in-picture pop-up, like you click the home button and the stream still stays on your screen on your phone while you're doing other things. That was a really cool feature, and they broke it with one of the updates where whenever it went from full screen back to the pop-up, it would clear out. It would be like you opened the stream for the first time, so it would clear the chat. So you couldn't go back into the stream and see what anybody was saying or anything like that. And drove me crazy. So I downgraded the app at that time to where a version where that pop-up did work. And I was on that version for like 4 years. And it finally, and like the ads wouldn't always load, so it was great. But it finally, like, they had enough updates that it broke and I couldn't watch streams anymore on it. So I finally updated a couple years ago. So hopefully I can continue using this old app for many years until they fix this junk that they just did. But man, it's bad. Yeah, I don't really like, I don't hate that idea because like it's kind of cool that you can flip through streams and maybe see what other people are doing that even you don't follow. Like that's always been a big problem with Twitch is their discoverability and finding other people, what other people are doing. But I don't really mind that. It should just be in addition to. It shouldn't replace things. It just doesn't make any sense, man. This is great. Like Distortion's doing some Elden Ring runs. I can just click on it. Like I just watch it on thing. Oh, he just beat the game. Well, shoot. Oh no, he's practicing. Okay. Yeah, I think I can't remember what they're saying because like none of the streams are vertical streams. So I think they're doing something behind the scenes that they're gonna like make your streams work better vertically. So I know that they're trying to like go towards a TikTok style thing. But you got to give us I think I'm sure they looked at it and they said people love being on TikTok. They get sucked in, they just scroll and scroll and scroll on TikTok. But streams don't really work. Like streams aren't 1 minute video clips. They're 8-hour sessions. Like it just doesn't make any sense. You're not going to get sucked in because you're flipping through streams. You're going to get sucked in because there's one stream that you really like and you want to watch the whole thing of it. They have like something like that Toxic a little bit. Like they have like a recommended thing that's like, but I don't know. It gets kind of confusing because like you get used to when you pull up your follow page, like everybody usually has the same number of viewers. So like you get used to the fact like, oh, if I'm going to watch this person, I'm going to see them right at the top. And if I'm going to watch this other person, they're going to be right at the bottom. So it's like when they move stuff around, it makes it hard to follow people. But yeah, if you pinned it, that would make sense. Like I think that would be cool, especially if you follow a lot of people. To have like a list or something. Yeah, the desktop UI is fine. They haven't changed that in quite a while, but makes you wonder with this mobile stuff, what if they're going to do something to mess it up. Yeah, I didn't install TikTok, and like I knew TikTok was kind of like Chinese spyware at the very beginning. Like it had some stuff, really questionable stuff in the app. So I was like, oh, you don't want to install that. So I never installed it, and then I made it long enough that I don't want to install it. The idea of being on of holding something in my hand that's a video, and then I'm going to click to the next video, but I don't know what I'm going to see. That drives me absolutely insane. Like that's not cool to me. I don't want that at all. Like if it's a video, I want to have chosen the video. Like the same thing with YouTube. Like I watch a lot of YouTube, but YouTube shorts, like I will click on a short that interests me, but I don't want to just like, oh, what's the next short they think I'm going to like? I don't want to see that. It just makes me mad. I get mad. I'm like, why do they think people want to see this? I get really frustrated. So. Yeah, that's the other thing is on the new app, the follow list, at least when they came out, the follow list is not in any order at all. It's like maybe it's in like a favorites recommended order or something, but it's just a list. So it's like it's just a random order list of the people you follow. I feel like they think people follow like 5 people. And they just want to pull in new people. Like, I don't think Twitch is really growing. I think I think the Twitch user base is probably static or shrinking. And so they're like, well, how do you grow Twitch? It's like, well, you grow Twitch like TikTok or something. You just get someone on the site and you have them just finding streams right away. And it's like, if you open up the app, you have to like choose to click on people, which is weird. So like they have this feed so you can scroll through. I think that's what they're thinking is like, oh, someone will install the app. I don't know why they'd install it if they don't know about it. And then they'll just scroll through the feed and they'll see videos and they'll stick around. I think that's what they think. But you got to keep the following page on there because that's what keeps people coming back. Yeah, I think they do like to shepherd people into like, which I mean, it makes sense. It's like there are a handful of people that get 50,000, 100,000 viewers. So it's like, well, that's kind of easy, right? It's way easier to get like, let's get another 10,000 people to watch Kai Cenat instead of 10,000 people to watch across 10,000 separate one viewer streams. Like that costs them more money, I'm sure, than if everybody watched Kai Cenat. So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that they're doing this on purpose, but it sure sucks for people who have been on the site for a long time and know what they want out of it. So if their mobile usage goes down, I hope it fails. I hope their mobile usage goes down and they revert. But I'm worried that it's going to succeed, that it'll work, that more people will stick around and they'll end up making more money. The other weird thing though too is if you're scrolling through those feeds, you don't get ads. So it's like you still need to go into the stream before you get served with ads. So I'm not sure that really works, you know? Yeah, they lose money on pretty much I mean, Twitch just loses money in general. They lose money on 100% of streams. They're not profitable. So they've never made money, despite all the ads that they slam in your face all the time. I feel like the last couple of years, Twitch really won, and they browbeat everybody, and everybody gave up, and they just turned on the auto run ads button. Just said, well, we're just gonna let ads run at random times. Everybody else is doing it. We're just gonna do it too. Really sucks. I don't blame anybody for doing it, really, but it sure sucks. I mean, they're making more money than other streaming sites. So yeah, I'm kind of not, because I do, like, I at least am aware of the big streams and stuff, but I don't really watch them. But I'm at least aware of them. I mean, really, like, I watch Distortion 2 sometimes. I mean, he'll have 5,000 to 10,000 viewers every once in a while, so he's a big streamer, I would say. But he's just a speedrunner. It just happens to be that he speedruns a game enough people will watch. But yeah, I don't watch like XQC or anything like that. Yeah, when he did Only Up, I watched a lot of that too. I mean, he's really good at a new game comes out. He really likes figuring it out, creating some runs on it, and then he'll go to the next game. So like, he's just good at that stuff, and he enjoys doing it. So it's like every year there's another game that he's just the best at because he decided to play it. Yeah, it doesn't make sense sometimes, Nick. Like Forsen, Forsen's like, he's been around since before I even started watching Twitch, but like he doesn't have, he's just kind of a quiet guy. But his chat is just so unhinged that people go watch his stream because they love the chat. Like that's very like that's such an anomaly though. Yeah, Twitch has never made money. And that's true for most streaming sites. I mean, YouTube didn't make money either until relatively recently. They kind of figured it out. But yeah, Twitch has never made money. Forsen, he's just famous because he was around. He was around in the beginning, and just hit that when there weren't a lot of streamers and people watched him and enjoyed being around on his stream. And like I don't think he's really known for anything specifically other than just having kind of a wild chat. He's not wild himself. Yeah, when I really started watching Twitch the first time, I would watch Man vs. Game. I was thinking about him today. But he would play new stuff, but retro stuff. And he was definitely more of kind of like a chatty chatty personality streamer. Back then, you had to play games. You couldn't not be playing a game. They didn't allow people to just sit and talk with the stream. You had to be playing a game. Weird times in the early days. Not even early days. That was like the first like 5 years of Twitch. You had to be playing a game. Although I don't know anybody that ever got in trouble for not, but people were always very paranoid about it. Anyway. You guys think it's a bad idea if you travel somewhere if you rent an electric car? I saw a pretty good deal on a rental car that was electric. And I was like, I was pretty interested in test driving the car. So it's like, well, that's cool. I could test drive that car, but I don't know anything about how to deal with getting them charged or anything. So I don't know if I get myself into trouble. I feel like there's probably plenty of charging stuff around. I just have to figure it out. I would more worry about how long it takes to charge, I would say, but it might be. At the same time, like I also maybe that might be part of the fun of the trip is just figuring it out. I don't know if you know the comic Michael Ian Black, but he had a blog post he wrote, I think just last year, but they had given him he was like, I can't remember if he was in the UK or visiting France, but they gave him an electric car, even though he didn't ask for it. They gave him an electric car. And apparently there's not a lot of charging stations. And he's like, he just kind of wrote about what a nightmare it was. Like how it was like a marriage ruiner, having to deal with figuring out what the deal with this electric car is when you can't figure out how to get anywhere to charge it and you're in a foreign country and stuff. But it should come with a home charger too, so you can maybe get away with mostly home charging it if you're not driving around too much, which I don't think we'd be driving around too much, so that makes it kind of interesting too. I don't know. I feel like I'd be willing to risk it. It wouldn't be a Tesla, so I know Teslas would probably be easier, but yeah, I wouldn't be caught dead in a Tesla anyway, so. Never. What's up, Alex? You saw Nugs. Nice. Did you pick them up? Did you buy some? Keep them in good standing. How expensive were they? They should be under $6. If they're under $6, it's a good price. Pick them up. I mean, to be honest, I don't really want to go on this trip, so it's like, well, at least I'll have the if I have to go sit at a charging station somewhere for an hour, like, so what? That'll be fine, you know. $750. That's pricey. It is a lot. Like, especially like I try to eat all of them, but you honestly could split it in half and make it 2 meals, and you'd probably be better off. So maybe it's not that bad, but I see. Well, yeah, I've had to. They don't carry them at my grocery store anymore, so I have to like. It sucks, man. I hate like. I'm an anti-Walmart person. I boycott Walmart, but they're the only place that has them. and they only have the Dino Nuggets kind. So I've been going to Walmart. It sucks, but only for that. I just get the Dino Nuggets, and I get out. No, I don't do Sam's Club. I don't do anything Walmart. I really hate Walmart. Saltier. Yeah, I don't know. They're just like, they're kind of perfect to me. But I'd run them in an air fryer. I don't know if that makes a difference. Yeah, I've tried other ones and like, you know, they're the only ones that have kind of perfected the, you know, the breading around them, the crispiness. I don't know if you tried the spicy ones are like just deadly spicy. I wouldn't mind if they were just a little bit spicier for the spicy food, but the spicy ones are just like, just killer. They're so freaking spicy. Yeah, I don't like Walmart for like a lot of reasons, but mostly like, you know, their business practices. They crush the competition. They don't take care of their employees well enough so that they subsidize their prices by having everybody in their store getting assistance from the government, which artificially gives them an advantage because they're not taking care of their employees. It's like our tax dollars are paying for their low prices. It's messed up, man. And they're, you know, the Walton family is kind of notoriously uncharitable. And the clientele at Walmart is a little rough around the edges too. There's a reason that People of Walmart blog exists. I mean, it is a special place. I don't mind spicy, but man, they're just so spicy. Like it's hard for me to imagine someone being like, yeah, this is the right amount of spice. Like they're just so spicy. I feel like it must really limit the audience to have those. Yeah, I've watched enough documentaries where they talk about how awful. I can't even remember which ones they were that I would have seen about Walmart, but maybe Michael Moore did something about it 20 years ago or something, but I just not a fan. But here I am. Anything for the nugs. I got to do it. I have no choice. The nugs, I break my morality for nugs. Well, I mean, in small town Midwest, Walmart's like a culture, you know? Yeah, they're not going to get like, even they don't really have like, I haven't really shopped at Walmart in 20 or 30 years. So I'm kind of surprised. Like they don't really have like sales. And even their sales aren't that good or anything. Like compared to Kroger, like Kroger will have like buy one, get one free or whatever, you know, or these are all $2 off. Like they'll have like pretty substantial sales for stuff. And we end up saving, you know, a ton of money if you just buy the stuff when it's on sale. But Walmart doesn't really have that, it seems. Nice. Did you have to do anything, Nick, or just sit there? Did you have to listen to get questioned or sit in a pool? A jury pool? So it's the Untrolled Magnates Media. That's cool. I'll have to check it out. I like the historical YouTubes. They all settled. Yeah, that's pretty common too. A lot of the cases in ours, like they warned us that like right in advance too. They were like, you know, it doesn't get there. Like, it doesn't get real for the defendants until they show up here. We have jury in the other room. And once they're like facing the reality, they usually settle. So they're like, a lot of these cases will settle, but that's why they're like, even if you don't do anything, but you're just you being in the room is helping justice get served, is basically what they said. You intimidation for justice. Yeah, I think this. I think like I just have this on while it's going, but I think he created his own speedrun competition thing. He's like putting up 10K for this this speedrun category. I don't know how long it's running for, but so he's been doing his own runs for it. I don't think he can win himself, but he's been practicing different routes and showing stuff off and gathering extra money and stuff. So it looks like he's gathered 4,000 extra donations, so $14,000 to the competition winners. It's true, Nick. You've done your duty, man. You're a citizen. Thank you for your service. You should park in the veteran parking spot. When someone says, when did you serve? You can be like, August 2024. Yeah, I haven't watched any of the Twitch rival stuff in a long time. It always seems really like usually stuff I'm not interested in, but a lot of times it's like it feels like they kind of pick the people who are going to be on it. So like they get all this money, but they're they want viewership, so they just pick people that have viewership. It doesn't feel very fair. But then they wouldn't have the money to give out if people didn't watch. So I kind of get it at the same time. But I watch some of like the Fall Guys Twitch Rivals, but I don't know. A lot of the games that they pick for Twitch Rivals aren't really well made for whatever they're trying to do. So it always feels kind of hokey how they do the point system, and it ultimately would become unsatisfying depending on the game. So what are you trying to say, Nick? How dare you? They look like upstanding citizens. The Zelda 2 remake, you mean the PC, like the PC widescreen NES remake thing? I guess I haven't had any interest in playing it, but I think that it's cool. Like, it looks neat. But I've never really felt like playing it. But maybe I should. I mean, I would enjoy playing it, I think, but I assume it's the same. It's just, the visuals are a little updated, right? Like, it's not like they didn't change anything, did they? Do you like beer, Nick? I like beer. Yeah, what's wrong with that? I like beer. You like beer? Huh? And how did they vote that guy through after that? This is so embarrassing. All new second quest. Oh man. See, that challenges me because I'm like, that sounds hard. Like Zelda 1 is already hard. It's already hard to know where to go and what to do. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I should play it. I'll have to think about that. I do like Zelda 2. I mean, that was a game. I didn't own Zelda 1. I owned Zelda 2. I never beat it as a kid. I beat all the palaces, but I just couldn't get to the final palace. Getting through those final Death Mountain parts it was too tough. I saw it on my screen once. I got to the final cave right before it, and I couldn't make it through the cave. You only had 3 lives, and there's all these pits. I didn't know any strategies. I didn't, I'd only beaten it all with my own strategies and no help, so I didn't really know how to survive. And there's all these guys throwing rocks over the fences and lava pits that kill you instantly. And I only had 3 lives, and I just couldn't make it happen. Couldn't make it happen. If I just could have got there, then you get unlimited continues in the final palace. I would have beat the game. I would have beat it. Well, I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't have known the strat. I wouldn't have known how to beat the final Mirror Link boss, probably. I probably would have struggled at that. But I got so close. I mean, it's kind of crazy thinking back to it, because that was like 91 is when my Nintendo got stolen. That game came out in 89. So I would have done all of that when I was 10 years old, tops. Almost beat it at 10 years old. What a gamer. What a gamer. I couldn't seal the deal. Kept going back to Tetris instead. Oh, that sounds exciting. Not your own, I hope. It's been how many? It's been 2 days since my shoulder injection. I'm waiting to. I'm just hoping it doesn't feel worse, so that's good. I'm just hoping it starts to feel better the next day or two. Oh, I'm just counting the time. My big shoulder bruises, my road rash. Look how big this bruise is. It goes it's like a whole enormous bruise. Like all the way up here, all the way down here. I had a burnout on my one wheel. I wasn't going that fast or doing anything interesting. I went on some dirt that I kind of pushed to the side of the road, and there was some dirt, and the road wasn't as flat as I thought it was, and I thought I could save it, and I couldn't, and I just kind of basically just fell straight off onto my back. So I fell kind of twisted sideways and fell on my back. So it's I hit both elbows, the back of my head, but I had a helmet on, so no problem there. And then all of my back. So I have my my vertebrae. There's 5 road rash marks on my back, and some scrapes on my ankle. It did a number on me for how little it was. I mean, I guess I was probably going 5 to 10 miles. I probably could look up how fast I was going, actually, but actually, I bet I could. Let's see what it tells me here. Let's see. See where I crashed. I crashed here. So it looks like I was probably going. Well, maybe I was going as much as. Right before it, I was going 13 miles an hour, but I'm sure I slowed down. But when you start wobbling, and I was trying to save it, so it might have sped me up when I did that. So Maybe I was going 10 miles an hour. I would just went straight into the ground, you know. You're supposed to, like, if you're doing that, you just jump off. Like, you know, in retrospect, I could have just jumped off. But if I would have saved it, then I would have been totally fine. Like, the problem with, like, I've jumped off before too. And like, if you don't jump off the right way, which I'm still not great at, like it's big and heavy. So like, if you jump off and like, it can catch your ankles when you jump off. So like, I've scraped up my ankles pretty good. Like literally just 2 weeks before that, I scraped up my ankle because I jumped off in a similar situation. And so I was trying not to, because I was like, I don't need to jump off here. This is really simple. So I should have jumped off or slowed down even more prior to that or something. I don't know. And then once you start to lose it, you're supposed to like run it out. And like, I didn't even try to run it out. I just basically went straight to the ground. So I bought some elbow pads so that I don't get road rash on my elbows if I do this again. But I can't give up. I can't let one fall dictate my life. Just got to heal up and keep going. It was a long ride back to the house after that. I was like, oh, this isn't good. RGG, he's had multiple Genesis resets. I think 3 Genesis resets, which hasn't surmounted to that many extra games, but he's got 10 total to do, and he's on the 8th game. Unfortunately, one of the most recent spins, it was a subscriber pick, and Orab was the picker. So Orab picked a game for the Genesis that was on Amiga. So Timar played like 8 hours of that until he was comatose today. I don't really understand it exactly, but it's kind of like, you know, a battle game. Like you like have troops and stuff and you kind of tell them to fight and they like walk around and fight. Something like that. So I think he's maybe halfway through it too. He's got a long way to go if he's going to stick to it. But he played some other games like Cyborg Justice and Truxton, which was a pretty cool shoot 'em up. Until he finally, like, there's just one part that was so hard that he started pause buffering, and the game, like, when you pause the game and unpause, it starts the song over. So like the pause buffering was so annoying because it's just like it was just the same note over and over again. But that's been the main things. Yeah, I haven't missed too much. You've been fine. I've just been watching the Olympics. Olympics been great. Good basketball game today. All the track and field has been really fun. Not much left. It's going to be sad. There's not much left. Some of the skateboarding. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. But she got bronze today in the hurdles, 400 hurdles, and she was not happy. She was very sad about it. I don't think the breakdancing has started yet, but it will be soon. I don't think, at least. Yeah, I can't. She's got like a hyphenated last name, but the American name, Sydney, who runs the 400 hurdles is absolutely insane. Like she's like, other than the Swedish pole vaulter guy, she might be like the best person at her event of anybody at the Olympics. Like she like crushes everyone. She's so far ahead. And her time, her 400 hurdles time is competitive with the 400 runners times without hurdles. Like she's competitive with their times while jumping over hurdles. It's crazy. Like she's so, I'm not even sure why or what about her makes her so good, but it's crazy how good she is. Like, you know, I guess somehow she jumps over the hurdles and it just doesn't make her tired, I guess, is whatever it is, but it's nuts. Yeah, I watched some of that ping pong. It was really funny. I was watching the ping pong today, and it was like this French teenager kid against a Chinese guy, and they're both very, like, it was a very intense match, and the French kid was doing great, so I'm sure he wasn't favored. Don't really think of the French as a ping pong powerhouse, but his name was LeBron. It was like, dude, it's LeBron. It's LeBron. Wow. No, I don't think she messed up or anything. She just wasn't as fast as she needed to be. She was just, you know, she got beat. I don't think she expected to win. Because like I said, that the woman who won is just so freaking amazing and dominant, but she probably thought she'd get silver. She didn't get silver. Yeah, I've seen some stories about the balance beam thing, but didn't catch up on them. I had already missed it, so I was like, who knows? No, the American is the dominant one. She's Sydney something something. It's a hyphenated name, but the only person who could possibly be competitive with her is that Dutch woman that ran that mixed relay so well. Femke Bol. But yeah, I assume they thought that, but yeah, there's no way she would have won, but she probably felt she could have done better if she was upset. I think it's one of those things, like, if you know if you've done what you can do. So like if you do your best and you don't win, I don't think you can be that mad about it, but it's like if you don't do your best, you're like, well, crap, I didn't do my best, and then that could be upsetting. I'm sure that's what it was, because you wouldn't be like, if you ran a PB and you got some bronze, you wouldn't be like, oh, it's like, what are you gonna do? You ran a PB, you know. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's the freaking Olympics. You only get one chance out of 4 years. It's crazy. That's way too much pressure, man, to not totally screw it up. I would fall apart. Not to mention, like, if you false start, you're just DQ'd. Like, there's all these people that, like, you know, they came to the Olympics to run a race, and they false started, and they just got ejected. They didn't even get to run the race. It's like they didn't even get to run it. They caught up with the nerves or whatever, and they moved too early. And it's like, well, I guess that was for nothing. Anyway, all right, I'll let you guys go. Thanks for hanging out. We had good times. You guys have a good weekend. I tell you what to do, but I guess just watch the Olympics. But have a good night. Hey, thanks for the bits, Alex. Appreciate it. I'll pretend like there's alert. Bloop, 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 bloop. Anything for my princess. Everybody betray me. I fed up with this world.